What's up everyone, I'm Jonathan Dornbush and I'm here to review the Gilmore Girls Netflix revival series, Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life. This review is going to be totally spoiler-free, so you can watch before the 4-part series premieres on November 25th. But we're just going to dive right in because I've seen all 4 episodes and I loved it. I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan and it was wonderful to return to Stars Hollow after nearly a decade away. And the great part about this return is that the creator of the show, Amy Sherman-Palladino, and her husband, who's also an executive producer, Daniel Palladino, are back on for the show. They actually split writing and directing duties. And it brings us right back into the lives of Lorelai, Rory, and Emily Gilmore. Rory, she is currently chasing her dreams of being a journalist, but she's finding that more difficult than she thought it would be. Lorelai is with Luke, and she's trying to figure out what their lives are like together while she's running the Dragonfly Inn. And Emily is dealing with the death of Richard Gilmore, her husband. It lingers over the entire series, and I didn't expect that, and I kind of love how they use it, because they don't just make the death a quick little thing that the Gilmores deal with and then move on. It's actually integrated into the entire run of the show. It's important to who Emily is, it's important to her relationship with Rory and with Lorelai, and it's a beautiful look at how grief works, because it's not just a momentary thing in their lives. It takes place over the course of days, weeks, months. And that really fits the sort of structure of this revival. The show kind of goes from season to season, and the seasons are great backdrops. It helps change up the visual flair of the show, but what really matters are still the relationships between the main Gilmores. And the introduction episode is wonderful in bringing us right back into their lives. Everything feels like it hasn't lost a step despite the years that have passed, and it's really a beautiful sort of catching us back on track. Spring and summer, on the other hand, I enjoy, but they're not quite as good. They kind of suffer from making all of the show's pop culture references, just they feel a bit too shoehorned in, especially in summer. Summer takes a almost 20-minute interlude to do a Stars Hollow musical, which is great and funny and quirky because Stars Hollow is quirky. But instead of just showing us a quick bit of the musical, it shows us half that musical. And I didn't need that. I would have rather it be just referenced and joked about in the past. But other than that, the shows really flow super well. Each episode is an hour and a half, so you do start to feel that time as you watch through, but by the time you get to fall's conclusions, it doesn't really matter because the conclusions in that episode are wonderful. They are what fans have wanted for so long, especially after Amy and Dan were not part of the final season of the show, and what could have felt like fan service as a full episode, it all feels earned and well executed and beautifully acted, and that's thanks to the leads, to the returning cast, to the returning producers. I think if you're a newcomer to the show, it won't really mean that much to you. It's still beautifully done and produced and shot, but it really won't be the same unless you've seen all 7 previous seasons, which is a big commitment, I know, but it's worth it. So those are my thoughts on Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life. For my full review, head to IGN.com, and for all things Gilmore Girls, you're already in the right place, or you can go to my Twitter account because I'll be talking about it there.